back after a minor crash of my streaming software. And that we've seen 4.5 minutes go through of qualifying. So our current standings in qualifying: Ryan Bunt, Hamish Curtis, Nicholas Martin, Ryan Carlson, Stephanie Piccoli, David Simmons, and Matthew Fu to get a time on the board. Curtis comes through with a nice time, 34, nearly flat, half a second off from Bunt's time. There's not much between Carlson and Bunt. He's going to be close to doing a lap. We can jump on board for. David Simmons. See all these blind crests from the elevation changes. This is hairpin after hairpin here. Should we save it? Nice, 3/4 of the way through a lap here. A fair bit of marbling in some of the corners. Into the home stretch. Unlucky lap for David Simmons. That's got time on the board. It's into P5. Ryan Carlson currently leading 2 tenths ahead of Hamish Curtis. And that's 2 spots away from Ryan Bunt. We're starting to see a bit of gapping points here. Bunt wants to try and hold on to that lead as tightly as he can before coming into it. We'll need to be able to bump up a spot or two. Bunt now about half a second away from Curtis's time. Curtis pushing some big pace here, trying to chase Carlson's time of 33.7. 3.5 tenths. Shaky there and some marbling off to the side. 20 seconds left. So may be able to see some extra laps done in here. Carlson's finishing off the session. So it means there can be a pinch here. This is going to be final lap. So already countdowns done before the control line. No movement from either Curtis or Bunt. 2 spots away. That's just really tightened things up. Just means Bunt's race results got to be even more ahead. Oh, it's a solid hit. Took the limelight from Simo there, Nick. It was gold crash. I thought he might have been going for the same stack at the same time. That's all drivers qualifying complete. Simo in the rundown for the clock. Here we go. Oh, solid hit. On the roof. Oh, flip it, Simo. Yeah, I did it. I think they'll probably take it to the void or an invisible wall. Yep, bye. Get to see some qualifying results in a moment. Session will kick us over and give us some data to look at. Hopefully we don't get any freezes and crashes in the race. We have to try and jump back in for. Sure, it's taking its time. There we go. Here we are with some qualifying results for round 8 of the Pagnian Legends Cup at Circuit de Lédenon. Ryan Carlson takes pole position, and the rest of the grid follows is Hamish Curtis, Ryan Bunt, Nicholas Martin, Matthew Poe, Stephanie Piccoli, and David Simmons. All grid pretty quick here. Didn't even get us to get a look at it. That's better. Lost my mouse. Been an off for Simmons. Nothing else involved. Don't appear to be damaged. Go on the chase for Coley here. Oh, she goes out wide. Sees Poe go through. Hunt falling back into P4. Martin chased down Curtis and Carlson. The pace we're seeing, there could be a gap forming pretty quick from Carlson here. That's going to look pretty good for a championship lead change. If he can drive away like that. So Bunt's going to have to work pretty hard here if he wants to try and defend that championship. Martin drives away from Bunt through the last corner. And off for Piccoli. This is selling into the gravel by the looks of it. Simmons moves up a spot. And Martin starting to close in on Curtis. Carlson starting to really drive away, now pushing out to 2 seconds. I want it. That's him. Marbles through the exit of the corner. Oh, bump draft and there's a blink. That's going to be interesting. Nick was saying that. I bet you there was a definite lift. Two could have come together and had a good stack there. The pace we're seeing, fastest lap of 33.76. Done by Ryan Carlson. So it's about a second quicker than P2, P3. Ooh, we got Bunt going for a move. That's to the inside of Martin. Oh, Martin has a dig, locks it up. Probably a bit of a clench from Bunt if he was able to see that coming in. And they work together here to try and chase the pack. Will they be fighting for a spot? Only 4 seconds gap now. Lap 5. Martin has an inside line. Will he be able to follow through all the way through? Sneaks it in. Bunt lines up for the next chain. I'm going to crack at the outside though. Able to hold it. Oh, he takes, I think there's some marbles on the strip. Yeah, there's marbles everywhere, and it brings back even more. Definitely a tricky corner. Got some pressure relieved for Ryan Bunt. We're able to focus on being able to pit P2. At least that's not going to be as damaging points-wise if you can't go for a race win. This one spot difference will keep things very tight. Rolling the pits. There's no meatball. It should be pit window. It's getting out of the way early. Oh, a bit of oversteer for Pogue. He holds it. Under that limiter. That Legend a good thrash. We're aiming quick. That was some good pace. Have a good little chase here. Looking to try and get the nose in. One's up the inside into turn one. Not going to be far enough ahead to have that inside line advantage. Nick takes it back. See those mirrors being pestered. Nick's in for a good fight here. All these two are at each other. We've got Ryan Carlson still charging ahead, nearly 5.5 seconds ahead of P2. We've got Hamish Curtis starting to have to sit up. Ryan Bunt looking to get around. Ah, there we go, Diggo. Steph had a rollover. There's some damage to be fixed. made an early turn in. Not sure if that was to try and pester, but dropped a bit of pace back from that. Nice line up here. Will be far enough ahead? I don't think so. Not enough in it. Be enough time to be able to line up for a shot in turn one. Really going to work together. Massive lead now, 7.2 and climbing. A bit of a rear wiggle from the two of them there going up the hill. There's that many marbles there. Gets a pretty good run on the exit. Will it be close enough to have a shot here? .74. Top of that straight. One off first F. So still holding together as we do between Curtis and Bunt. Two battles between Get a Grip and Apex. Big speed from Carson here. There must have been some practice going on to try and secure a series lead tonight. He did have his eyes set on it. On approach to the halfway point now. See some stops come into play now. Strategy wise for Carson will just be drive it until it's just about empty and bring it in. Oh, a spin there. Not sure if the two come together. Couple of crashes showing in the data. I don't think it's just a spin around. I think Simmons come around same. Yeah, that was just the exact same thing. There's a lot of marbles there. Lédenon's just pretty much a big kitty litter tray. There's sand everywhere. Ooh, blink from Curtis briefly. It's going to shake things up if Bunt's going to try and make a move. Wiggle, another wiggle. That's some good pace to push up now. Bunt will have a spot. He's under a little bit of a wobble there too. This track is definitely hard on these cars. So things will be looking better here for Bunt if he can try and drive away from this point. I think looking at the gap at the moment, the lap times Carlson's putting in, Bunt will be chasing that spot. He's just going to have to try and concentrate on keeping P2. It should really shake up the championship standings coming into round 9 if that's going to finish like this way as well. Option 2 points wise for Carlson and Bunt. Look at the fastest lap bonus points. There's an extra 10 points up your sleeve then. Still going to that early lap set from Carlson of 33.72. Here we are, drivers' best times in the session. Bunt unable to drive away here. Too evenly paced. They stuck together for a good while. It's really hard for Bunt to get around. So all it's going to take is a wiggle from Bunt and Curtis to be able to get around. Also gets around Martin. Pretty much. We got on some data here, so an off track for Martin. Small errors coming into play. And a black flag for Coley. Must be incident points. Especially if there's been a rollover, there'd be some higher incident points. I think about 6 off tracks. So we were probably looking at that, not a line cross. Look at the marbles scattered all through there. So the battle's still continuing, even though they've had position swap in each of these battles. Closing in nicely now. Slings out into the inside for turn 1. He's not going to make it easy. Can he cut through? Martin gets the job done. Poe's still there. And he takes it back. Lovely little crisscross between these two. Yeah, the marbles getting thrown at Curtis as they went round that corner. That was a good trail of it. Simmons in P6 and currently 4th in the standings as well. So P6 finish will be nice for points and decides to come in. Gets the stop done and dusted. Poe drops back a bit from Martin. Comparisons here, we just have to focus on Bunt's car to be able to get choose comparisons. Very evenly paced. In the pits. Well, an evening, Hazy. So jump on the stream. Carlson gets out of the pits, comes back into the race in P5. Total journey time for his stop, 50 seconds flat. No, sorry, that's my bad eye. So it's a 50.8. Almost looked like a 0. That sees Hamish Curtis now in the lead. Ryan Bunt chasing. Forward up. Cars will be both getting pretty close to having to come in, I would assume. Martin still stays ahead of Poe. There we go. Curtis. I didn't get a good camera angle there. There we go. Martin Curtis in. Oh, what a solid bit of a lip there. Launch the car in the pit lane. Poe and Carls. Sorry, no, Poe and Martin. I'll get my names right there. Here goes Carlson. Back into the lead. It was a bit of a lengthy stop for Carlson in comparison to Curtis and Bunt. Bunt much longer than Curtis's stop as well. So pit time's up. Yeah, pit times. These are box times that we're seeing. 16 seconds for Bunt compared to 9 seconds for Curtis and 21.4 for Ryan Carlson. Total journey time difference between the three for Carlson. We've got 50 seconds, Curtis 38 and 46 seconds for Bunt. A big variety of timing there. Let's just be the calculations for fuel. As Carlson had a bit of time up sleeve to be able to take on some extra fuel, maybe even tyres with that sort of a gap too. Martin Poe still at it. P4, P5. tight fight here. That curb might have slowed down Poe a bit too much. Still going for it. Out of line. We're going to get a run here. Oh, lose the rear. Not as much rubber out there. Things looking a little dire for Bunt points-wise now. Fair gap between himself and Curtis in P2 now, which is where Bunt needs to be to be able to defend that championship. Curtis is able to even keep a bit of a streak like this, it might be able to get close up and maybe have a shot at a different spot on the standings as well. It's been a good run here. Five minutes left. 1:34 just done by Carlson. Spacing going on now towards the back end. Bit of fatigue setting in. Jump on for a driver's eye view, courtesy of our race leader Ryan Carlson. Speed up. The corner, we get a lot of rear slip, and Bunt was able to get the pass over Curtis before. feud with marbles where we saw Simmons and Piccoli, and there's Piccoli, and you can see all those marbles. Slippery as. Time to get here. 33.67. There we are. We're just on board for the fastest lap of the race. He's just improved his own. I'm watching the stream and started to show off there for that one. Should have made him do a hot lap and have to call the corner names. We're seeing some very quick times coming out of Bunt now as well, a 33.9. And he's moved up in the P2. A couple of 30 seconds left. There was a quick pass at turn 1 from Bunt. Things looking more Piccoli, DQ. Incident points gets up. It's unfortunate. Oh, one more lap in it. It was only a few seconds away. Carlson could have even been nice and actually wrapped up the race that lap. He rolled off the throttle. White flag. Once now P2, decent gap from Curtis. I think there may be some fuel saving potentially happening for Curtis. So it's only a very short stop. Quickest out of all, 9 seconds. The next slowest stop from him was then 16 seconds, Nick Martin. Halfway through the last lap. 16-second lead for Carlson. Bunt P2. Curtis P3. We're on the halfway mark as well. Last couple of corners now coming up for our leader Carlson. And then it will be checkered flag. Hamish is almost out of fuel. He'll have to coast it home. There you go. That's going to be tough too because he's got some hills to contend with to get it to the finish line. There it is. Checkered flag. Race win for Carlson. Has the fastest lap again on the last lap. 33.4. Can Bunt improve it here? It's going to be a good lead change. Improvement there. P2, that's some good damage control there for Bunt. Oh, she's spluttering. He gets it home. Curtis on the podium, P3 with no fuel. Very well done. Nicholas Martin, P4. Matthew Poe, P5. David Simmons takes P6 and Piccoli DQ'd in the back end. That's all drivers done and dusted, so we'll take a look at these results now. Actually, it's not going to allow us to look at them just yet for some reason. Wait for data. Must be car sitting in pits. That's remove. I'll wait for the server to kick us over. That's what it'll be. There we go. Race data coming now. And our results for round 8 of the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Legends Cup at Circuit de Lédenon. Ryan Carlson takes the top of the podium. And then the rest of the steps goes to then Ryan Bunt P2 and Hamish Curtis P3. And the rest of our standings then Nicholas Martin, Matthew Poe, David Simmons and Stephanie Piccoli. Drivers ready for a chat.
Hello.
Hello, congratulations guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it was a close one for you, Hamish.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing for the laps, like for the fuel to go in. I was looking at the laps and thinking it was the liters. So I was like, oh yeah, that's enough. Oh no, it wasn't. It was 3.6 liters, not the 5.6 I wanted. Oops.
Yeah, it was a very, very quick box time.
Yep.
Nearly half of everyone else's.
Yeah, I probably put half the fuel in. But that's all right. Well done to Ryan. He was like 33.3. He's like, that's nuts, mate. Well done.
Yeah, and you did your fastest on the last lap too, like you wanted last time.
Cheers. This track's funny. It's one of the coolest tracks I've ever driven, I think, and all the character in it. It's a really cool track. But the lack of visual references on it makes it the most frustrating one I've ever driven. I think everyone else in this chat's going to agree with me, but I feel like not one person had a good time.
Yeah.
Good question. Yeah. I was yelling that the whole time I was practicing.
The amount of marbles that was everywhere at one point as well. It was getting you some wiggles. It was phenomenal.
It's rough. Like, I don't want to sound like a knob here, but there wasn't one lap that I was happy with. I think the only reason I was quicker than people was because I'd been practicing all day because I didn't like the track. Like, I feel for every single person tonight because I don't think one person enjoyed it.
She looks wild. Looked incredibly rough just on the car in itself, let alone actually trying to get your sort of track position and your awareness. Everyone did a phenomenal job out there.
Hell yeah. It's funny. But the cool parts of the track were the fact that there were some there were bumps on some of the apexes even off the curbs. Like if you hit it wrong, then it would send you and you'd be going way wide. But yeah, it's just the lack of visual references. Even I don't know what that corner is, that blind sweeper that you just got to sort of guess where you're going. If they had a current upright on that one, so you know where the apex was, that'd make it so much better. I would have felt a whole lot less crap during the race.
I think that's part of the joy of this track is it's like to master it. It's almost in some ways it's like a mini Nürburgring because there's so many blind apexes. It's a challenge, but it is when you get it right, it is so rewarding.
Yeah, but I like the Nürburgring.
You probably done a few more laps around the Nürburgring.
I was going to say, did you only just drive it for the first time today, this track?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty good run then.
Cheers. Yeah. So, question for you, Ryan. Did you actually enjoy this track?
No.
No? Very cool. Who was it that was speaking before? I don't have the Discord things on. Hamish. Sorry. Hamish, did you enjoy the track?
Generally, I did. I enjoy this track, but I've driven it a fair bit in like MX-5s and Formula Vs, so...
Fair enough.
I'm not as quick as you, but for my standard, I'm pretty happy with my performance. So
fair enough.
But yeah, no, I do enjoy Lédenon, but it is a tough track, especially when it's like the track temp was 46 degrees, so it's very slippery and bumpy, but it's a good challenge.
Very cool. It's no Mount Panorama, but it is a cool track. I'll give it that. It's a cool track with the undulation and the characteristics of it. But yeah,
I can't think of any other tracks that are just a bowl and you go up and down the bowl.
Barbagallo.
That's not in this one, is it?
No, it's not an iRacing, but it's in a Seto Corsa, so you can still drive it in the sim. But yeah, no. Other than that, it was probably a good run. I started getting more comfortable, as you probably realised towards the end, but I still wasn't enjoying it.
I guess also rubber was going down as well. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that did probably look like it was getting a little bit more stuck on the racing line towards the back end. There was some pretty good times starting to come across from everyone.
But even still, there was just different lines and stuff that I was like trying to find markers, setting the car up in different spots and using different points as the brake reference. I was still finding new things that make me go a little bit quicker, even at the end of the race, as you saw. So it wasn't just me being conservative the whole time. There were times where I was trying to push, but I'd be losing a second lap because I'd be way out wide and
On that wrong line.
17 meters past the apex.
And that's what was making it hard when you were going door to door and doing your swaps and changes. I know Ryan and Hamish were having a good chase for a while and swapped spots, and I think it was the chain of inside line for left-handers before it crosses back over. You can just get ahead and keep that spot, but if you stick sort of well enough along on the outside there, you can almost still cut through and get ready for the next lot of chain. So it's...
Until you hit the curb.
Yeah, and then it just unsettles things, and I think most of the pass that we saw from drivers was that uphill section coming from the right-hander, and it was really slippery out on the curb, and we had a few go for spins, but there was a lot of rear slip coming through there, and just lose that power and see the pass get done.
Yeah, I will say that did kind of confuse me a little bit. You'd expect to have a little bit more grip as you go further up the track, but as soon as you'd get even within half a metre of that curb, you'd just start slipping. It was wild.
I think it's just a camber. Just there's weird cambers, which is good, but
Did it drop off there? I didn't notice. I just noticed that I'd find less grip.
yeah, it did tail off. There was like a crown about half a metre in from the edge of the track.
You know what? That makes sense. Makes sense as to why I was losing so much grip out towards there. But yeah, that next left-hand sweeper, I'd find I think I've found the line 30 minutes into the race where you'd have to actually follow the line of the curb, and then as the curb ends, you got to be on the angle to get to the other side of the track, and then as soon as you get to the other side of the track, you got to turn in. That's when you might hit the apex some of the time. But before that point, I was just either blowing way past it or turning in way too early. It was rough. It was definitely rough.
Definitely sounds it. Hopefully, I was a bit more kind to you next week.
I don't know about that. You've given us Monza.
We got Iowa
first.
Oh, Iowa.
Yeah,
What's Iowa?
Iowa and then Monza. Monza to finish it up. That's going to be phenomenal when that one comes.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's basically a playoff race at that point, because anyone can get that one.
Yeah.
What's the Iowa track layout like? Oh, it doesn't seem too bad. An oval with 5 corners instead of 2. That's alright. That should be sweet.
Should be a good one. And then it'll be pretty tight championship points too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at that before. Yeah, it's
There's a
definitely
lead
still
change.
close.
Yep.
I thought you were even going to go for the fastest lap there, Ryan, towards the end. You got really close to Ryan's time that he'd done. And I thought, oh, was it going to be a fight for best laps here?
I thought I was too, but would have helped with a bit of a tow, but Ryan was just too quick.
There we go. It's an 8-point difference in lead change after tonight.
8 points or 12?
Oh, sorry, 12. 6. Yep, 12 points difference. So very close. Pulled away by an extra 2 with the changeover. Congrats there, Ryan, for the change, and it'll be a good fight for you next week.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's going to go all the way to the end, I think. It'll probably be a decider at Monza.
Yeah, so hopefully we just don't
That'll be
crash
good.
out, and then we might be right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
No worries. We'll hand the shout outs over to you, Ryan Carlson.
Yeah, thanks to PWR. Once again, always great team, great atmosphere. Always ton of crap talking. And Bruce is a champion. He's always around to help you if you need a hand. So definitely got to thank him more than anything. And thanks to Clayton at Progressive Motorsports. He's always a champion. He does actual real life race like suspension setup with off-road buggy, so that's always pretty cool. And thanks JT for putting on the show. It was always good. And always want to be part of it. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks Ryan. And over to you, Ryan Bunt.
Yeah, just a massive shout out to Pagnian Advanced Simulations, Next Level Racing, Vibe, W, Fanatec, Razor, Stump Grinding, Central Coast, Chubby Buns Burgers, Project 45 Designs, and Wiper Pool and Spa Services. Also, all of my teammates at Apex Esports League.
Thanks Ryan. And over to you, Hamish.
I'd like to thank Get a Grip Racing. It was fun last week having 3. Sadly we're back down to 2, but that's all right. I'd also like to thank the Life Choices Foundation and the guys at Jesus Racing. They do a fantastic job. They'll be racing at the Bend if you want to come and see us, so that'd be pretty cool. I'd also like to thank Fanatec, and you can have your name on our on the side of our engine cowl if you so desire. So if you want your name here, please see us. Also, I'd like to thank Velo Racing Products and OMP. So thank you. Oh, and JT, thank you for running the league. That was a fun race, even though I almost ran out of fuel again. So
You still got on the podium though, mate.
I did last time, but like, oh,
Just
I'm
cutting
making
the
a
fun.
habit of this.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 weeks, I'm running out of fuel.
I'm gonna have to start calling you Wink Up.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, Hamish. I'll give you $5 to run my name in your car for the next race.
Oh, that's gold. Oh, I'd take that.
I'm the manager because I'm just the driver, but we might be there.
Send him Nick's way.
Dear.
That's gold. Well, congratulations, guys. It was an awesome race to watch. Some good pace, and even though it's such a shocking track out there to try and do, you've got through it and smashed some good times. So, all the
Thank
best
you.
of luck next week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good one, eh?
Will do. And that's round 8 done and dusted now at Circuit de Lédenon. Congratulations to Ryan Carlson for taking the win tonight, with Ryan Bunt and Hamish Curtis finishing out the podium. And next week we're off to Iowa Speedway Road Course in the 2011 layout for round 9 of the Legends Cup. Action kicks off again Monday at 8:05 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. See you there. And thanks once again to our fantastic sponsors and partners: Pagnian Advanced Simulation, Next Level Racing, Vive, Stubby, Fanatic, Razor, Stump Grinding, Central Coast, and Chubby Buns Burgers. That's all from us today. We'll see you next week.